Hour number 2, right into it.
They were not part of the April 2nd so-called Liberation Day.
There you go. Terrorists, we talked about it. So that was good.
Yeah, well, we need to keep going for an hour and 49 minutes.
I can't do it. I can't. Let's be real. You guys don't listen to me because of that. It's because we have fun stuff we talk about. Tomorrow, you guys are going to be stoked. The most misheard lyrics in music history.
I'm looking forward to that.
That is going to be fun. Speaking of looking forward to, you guys, let's all go back in the time machine and see if you can remember this.
American public school students from the 1960s to 2012 probably remember doing the presidential fitness test in gym class. It included push-ups or pull-ups, sit-ups, a mile run, and a sit and reach, which sounds just like its name. Sit on the ground and reach for your toes. President Obama replaced it with an assessment that was more focused on personal health. But today, President Trump will sign an executive order bringing the fitness test back to public schools. He'll also reestablish the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, which will partner with professional athletes and sports organizations.
You remember that? You remember you used to have to do that?
Yes, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything. Like, look at Bell, he can't climb the rope.
Couldn't? I wouldn't. I didn't want to do that.
Already a libertarian?
I did not care if I got to the top of that rope or not.
Got to ring the bell. Bing. The push-ups, the mile run. If you make kids do a mile run today, they're going to die.
Especially in this heat.
Yeah, but not only that. I mean, we're not fit. I like this idea, right? Let's do this. You know what's interesting? I was watching, what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson? Is that his name? Or is it the other way around?
No, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
And he was talking about, the Maha stuff. There were a whole bunch of people talking about it. And he's like, yeah, we need to eat healthier. But we ate super healthy, at the turn of the last century, the century before last, the 1900s, and we lived to be 40. We eat like crap now, and because of science, we can live to be 80.
Well, I mean, remember, dude, the people were dying because of appendicitis.
Oh,
even in the 50s, I think.
Oh, God. Isn't that crazy?
Just simple appendicitis, which now I think is an outpatient thing.
And look at how many people the Spanish flu killed compared to COVID.
Yeah. Like you said, it's an outpatient. Now I just think they tell you take it out yourself. Take this pill. Do it yourself. What are you doing? I'm going on YouTube.
Here, take this pill.
You'll be fine.
It'll kill your appendix.
Do you remember, what was that? Was it the second Star Trek when they came to now so they could get the whales?
No, that was the third.
Was that the third?
Yeah.
And they were in the hospital trying to get Scotty, and that guy was going to have his liver out. And the guy's all, take this, you'll be fine. And I'm cured.
He called modern medicine medieval.
Awesome.
Oh, my Lord. Yes, Renee, I absolutely agree. Coming back from lunch, and then they're like, you got to do the mile run. Oh, it's horrible. And they got to do pull-ups. I don't want to do pull-ups.
I never could do pull-ups, man. I can do them hands turned toward me, but hands out.
You can't do the hands out?
I cannot. I just never was able to do that.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I did because I was fit, and so everybody was fit. I can't. If you think about it, how many kids were really chunky or big at your school? Not a lot.
We didn't have a lot.
No.
Yeah, there was always that odd kid out that got bullied for it, but it was the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, that's right. So maybe we need to bring bullying back, is what he is saying.
Exactly.
That's right. Bring it back, Bell. Bring it back.
Bullying was so. I was the target of bullying up until my senior year in high school, man.
I was too.
I always had dudes trying to kick my ass.
For what?
I don't know. I had great friends. Fortunately, I had friends, who would, step in whenever, somebody was trying to
throw down.
Yeah.
Oh, did you like the movie The My Bodyguard? when Matt Dillon was going to kick your ass and you went and bought somebody, you got that other guy to do it for you?
Dude, that movie was very similar to some of my situations.
That's crazy.
I have no idea that there were a couple of dudes that for whatever reason, whenever We had this gang in this town, this little town in Oklahoma I grew up. They called themselves the Bandits. And for whatever reason, they decided they were going to key in on me and whip my ass.
Were you on their turf?
I don't know. I guess the parking lot of Pauls Valley High School
How
was
many
their
kids were in
turf.
your high school?
Probably like 500.
It's like you knew everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's the funny thing.
But here's the thing, man. All these guys were gathered around me one day as I was putting on my helmet to ride home on my Honda Passport, and they were going to kick my ass. And all of a sudden, these two dudes showed up, and they said, "Weaver, are they giving you a problem?" And I said, "Yes." Every one of the bandits scattered like roaches when you turn a light on in a room.
Ooh, what was the name of their gang?
I don't. They were just known for whipping people's ass.
That's a horrible name for a gang. That's just so funny. It's like you're not even doing anything. It's not.
No.
It's not like you're making money or you're doing anything like that. You're not slanging cane.
Yeah.
It's the drug words there I use.
And I mean, whenever I say bullied, I mean, I wasn't bullied. It's just back in the 80s, man. I mean, it was just part of growing up.
It was part of growing up. And you know what? Could it go too far? Yes. Every once in a while it could. But it also taught some character.
Yeah, it taught you how to deal with conflict with peers.
That's right. Taught you that. And it's the same thing even now. They won't even let you play a lot of places. What did I see here? We're doing the new recess thing. It's like, let kids be kids because let them make up games. Let them make up their own rules. Let them have conflict resolution. They can't grow if you carry them This is where the gentle parenting crap comes in.
Right.
And it's not about being hateful towards your kid and angry. It's about, you know what your kid is. But you have to let kids be kids. And that includes dealing with bullies and stuff like that. The difference, though, and in our day is it ended at 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have to deal with it after that.
Online is much different nowadays. And the other thing is, too, and I've noticed this when the kids fight or the bullying, it used to be there was some nerds or somebody, and they would get picked on, like poor Ken over there or whatever. Nowadays, though, you have clashes of even the popular people bullying each other.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a different thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is definitely different today, and it's more insidious today because of social media. These kids can't get away from it.
No, they can't.
It's just constantly on them, and it's terrible. And, but back in the day, I mean, rarely did I ever have to fight. When I did, I put up a fight. Did I win every fight? No. But we moved on.
But and that was the other thing. You moved on.
Yeah.
You moved on. And this day and age, though, is a different, nobody's trying to take your lunch money.
Right.
It's instead they're doing things that are, well, they follow you 24/7. There's no respite from it.
Right.
And the thing that you used to enjoy, maybe going online or whatever, you can't do that anymore without 50 people texting you, telling you about what somebody said, what somebody did, and
right.
What they're doing,
You'll laugh at me for this, but there was one point where I actually did get pushed around by one guy because he wanted my lunch money, which back when I was in high school was like $2 a day. And I had stopped going to lunch because I was saving my money up because I wanted to join the ABBA fan club.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. So I was taking the $2 my mother would give me every day, and I would stash it in my room, and I wouldn't eat lunch. And the guy comes up to me one day. He's like, fork over the $2. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, give me your lunch money. I said, dude, I don't eat lunch. And I just walked away from him.
He bullied a poor guy. I got no money. I was coming over to rob you. For the ABBA. How much was the ABBA fan club?
It was, I want to say, it was really expensive for the time. I think it was like $18,
wow.
$20.
What'd you get to do as part of the ABBA club?
Yeah, I'd like to know this.
You got to sing karaoke.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. You got the newsletter and the membership card, and you got advance notice of like new compilations coming out and stuff like that.
That is so cool. So they would send you at the newsletter. The kids, you guys have no idea what it was like waiting to get something from your favorite artist, because you didn't have 24/7 access to them, right? You didn't. And waiting to get to that new, and they draw, it's coming. It is coming.
ABBA had a nice little 4-color, small brochure type newsletter. And it was, they've spent money on it. And then I was in the Journey fan club too, and theirs was on newsprint folded in half.
Journey. This is the problem with Journey. Journey is not ABBA.
No.
No, nobody is.
No,
nobody's
nobody
ABBA
is.
but ABBA.
And
Nobody.
Journey, and no, I'm going to save, never mind. I'm going to save this for Hot Take Tuesday next week. Never mind. I was going to make a hot take about Journey, but I'm going to wait until next
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then we'll remind you because you'll forget by then. And then somebody better remind me.
I actually rejoined the fan club when the last ABBA album came out.
They have a fan club? Did they send you something in the mail?
Yeah, it's the same stuff.
That is. Do you don't have a card, do you?
Yes, it's in my desk at home. I'll bring it in tomorrow.
You should carry it like you're a sheriff.
No.
Pull over and go, you weren't ABBA enough.
You're not out of ABBA enough.
You're not ABBA enough. We got to have a serious conversation, mister. I can't even believe they have a card.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I wonder how many people belong to that.
I think it's somewhere in the 90,000s. 90,000?
And you don't pay monthly, though, right?
No, you pay a one-time fee and you're in for a year. Then you have to renew. But they just don't. Their last album came out 40 years after the previous album. So they've been so inactive that, people aren't going to join a fan club with a group that's that inactive.
No, that would be kind of tough. So that would be very, that'd be interesting, though. It's like they get that one thing in the mail that says, we've decided to do another album.
Oh, believe me, when they announced that they announced they were doing 2 new songs to work into the Avatar show. And those got delayed because of COVID. And then when it finally came out, it turned into a whole new album. And I was losing my mind.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I stayed up till midnight so that as soon as it hit the streaming platforms, I could listen to the whole album.
Was it worth it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
I love Brother Bilal's eclectic music taste, man.
I think
it's
great.
all over the map.
I think it's cool. No, you love, because a lot of people say they love ABBA, but they don't. Like, Bell generally is a fan.
Yeah. Bell, I like some of their songs, but Brother Bilal loves the band.
Oh,
yeah,
somebody
somebody
just sent me
audio, I put it
ABBA
out.
fanclub.nl. Look at that.
SOS.
Oh,
is the
yeah.
best song.
That should be the official one because it's based out of the Netherlands.
Yeah, you can
it is.
renew it. It's $44 US outside of the Netherlands. That is crazy. That is I didn't even know, man, I remember fan clubs. Duran Duran was big in my day. All the girls all had Duran Duran fan clubs.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
and that's why all the boys were in the Duran Duran club.
That's right.
That's where the hottest chicks were.
All the time, man.
Hot chicks.
Remember at lunch, too, they would have something going on in there? What's going on? It's Breakdance Club. I'm like, you better sign me up. Hold on, I brought my own cardboard. I'm ready to do some sort of back move. Who wants to see me do the worm?
Man, I tried to break dance. I was terrible at it.
You know what?
Terrible.
You weren't. You were probably much better than you realize. I could robot, though.
I could do a little bit of robot, but as far as spinning around on my back, and flipping around, no, that was.
Were you as good as Rachel Reagan? Did you bounce like a kangaroo?
I was like her.
You were like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She might have beat me.
She was awesome.
That was.
You know what? Nobody remembers who won that thing. All anybody remembers is Rachel
It's
Reagan.
her.
You won. You win.
The looks on the judges' faces. Just everybody's faces watching that, man. It's priceless.
It is priceless. It was worth its weight in gold. It was spectacular. She won. She won the
She
day.
did.
And she also embarrassed her country, but she won the day. And she'll always be a punchline forever. That's what more can you ask for? Coming up, more stuff, because we talk about stuff and more stuff. Why is that? Because that's what we do here, kids. If you'd like to talk to us about stuff, let us know. We got a text line. What's the text line, Bill?
615-737-9986.
And if you were part of a fan club, what fan club was that? Rick Springfield? Is that really Nate from Busy Bee? Rick Springfield, what? It's the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.
All right, drivers, got some stuff in the way. Got a crash on the right shoulder 24 westbound before Briley Parkway. And then over by the airport, a crash on the right shoulder 40 eastbound before Briley Parkway East. And authorities have identified the suspect in the murders of 4 people and abandonment of an infant in West Tennessee this week. This story and more at 1:30 on Super Talk 997 WTN.
It's that time of day where we take a look outside with the weather wizard himself to find out what the swamp ass is like.
Now it's time for the Swamp Ass News Report with the weather wizard, Ken Weaver.
Boys, the swamp ass meter is silent.
Thank the Lord.
National Weather Service says the heat index right now only 97 degrees. The real temperature's 93, so there's no need to go, how?
Whew, thank goodness. I was walking here today, as I do, if you guys know. Guy, he was in line in front of me at the store. Went and got my little energy drink. I'm cruising on over here, and
Yeah.
he's unhoused, I would think. Down on his luck. Very nice guy. His nickname's Cowboy.
Cowboy, yes, sir.
And he was talking about how disgusting it is. And he was starting to relive the days back when it wasn't so disgusting, but this has been really disgusting. And then he was heading on over to the park with all of his, because over here at the Naked Park, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, are there still tents over there?
Yeah, there's a couple tents. They've been sleeping right now. There's some tents, but everybody's sleeping on they've all got their benches, but they all congregate in one area.
Okay.
During the day.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I'm like, and I say hi to him and I'll talk to him because I see them around, and you just think, you wondered, like, do you have family?
Yeah.
And he's an older dude. I would say he's in his 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
And
he's been at it a while.
He's been at it a while, kind of thing. And yeah, he probably drinks. Maybe he's done some stuff in the past. He can have a conversation, but some of the other ones it's tough too. But you could tell that guy is just one of those guys where he's probably been fringe living for a while.
Yeah.
He said he came out here for a job in 97 and had some work here and there. And he goes, then they were doing something, and it was pretty steady, and then COVID destroyed everything. And since then, I think he's had some issues. Issues. Cowboy. I go, what's happening, Cowboy? I'm Chad. He goes, how you doing, Chad? I said, I'm doing okay. And then he wandered over to the park, and it was happy hour. That's what happens over there. Happy hour.
Were they all tipping up bottles of Listerine?
Let's just say it's bags with something in it that they're drinking out of, a lot of them, or they're drinking out of those styrofoam cups.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Only 97 today. That's right. Correct. This is the day. If you're going to go outside and do something, go and do it now.
Yeah. Let me see what we're supposed to be tomorrow while we're doing.
Are we still
this.
talking about swamp ass?
There is no swamp ass right now.
Yeah, no swamp ass right now.
No, we don't want that. Not going to happen right now.
Yeah, tomorrow, boys, it looks like swamp ass meter might be quiet tomorrow, too. The high tomorrow, only 86. I'm gonna have to wear a jacket.
Hell to the yeah. Very exciting. I like that. I was trying to find out who had the biggest fan club of all time.
The biggest fan club.
I would say it's either the Beatles or
Kiss.
presently Taylor Swift, but I think the Beatles probably were bigger than Kiss.
Yeah.
When
maybe.
you had a fan, so what, you've got a fan club back in the 70s and 80s and stuff, even in the 90s. You didn't see these people all the time. You'd see them once in a while.
Right.
The fan clubs.
You would catch them when they were doing promo for an album or when they were on tour, and that was it.
Yeah. Fan clubs were important back then because that was the way that you communicated. And how else are you going to get Davy Jones to come to your damn thing, Brady Bunch?
Plus, it was also the most simplified way for them to sell merch off cycle.
Yes, which is crazy. So in today's world, like, why would fan club is your, you've got that's your Insta, isn't it? Really? Do they even have fan clubs anymore?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Remember the magazines that you could buy,
Tiger
like
Beat,
Circus?
Hit Parader.
Circus and Hit Parade. Circus was the best for heavy metal.
Yeah, it was the best. Remember Fangoria? That's right. And you know what? Cool horror movies coming out on VHS, on Beta.
I remember when I first started working at KDF, I remember I read Circus and Hit Parade regularly. And when I started working in radio at KDF, I realized how much of what they were printing in there was just made up. They were just completely lying about stuff.
No, come on now, Brother Bilal. That was right on.
You know what? I'm not listening. Don't listen to him, guys. He's a liar.
That is not true.
You mean Great White's not going to start a fist fight with the dude from, because Great White, that was a great band right there. Phenomenal. What's his name? Lawless?
Yeah, that's exactly what we needed was Led Zeppelin Light.
You mean Bruce Dickinson wasn't actually stabbed by Eddie?
That's right. Eddie's not real? The reincarnation of a fan that died in a satanic worshiping accident? No, that's why I got Fangoria. That's right. Tiger Beat.
I love that magazine too. Fangoria
Tiger Beat. I was always on the cover of Tiger Beat.
Fangoria was cool because even in publications that were oriented toward movies, horror always got the short end of the stick.
Always.
And Fangoria covered nothing but horror.
That's all they did. That's all they did, kids. Coming up, speaking of pop culture and whatnot, we will talk about the insanity that is this chaos with this poor girl who just did a damn Gene commercial, and it's turned into a great thing from American Eagle, but a way for us to have a conversation about, looks and whatnot. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. So, Belle found out who the largest, biggest of all-time fan clubs are.
Who?
So, Elvis Presley.
That makes sense.
At the peak, he had hundreds of official chapters and millions of members, still active with thousands of diehard fans. The Beatles, over 1 million official members. Taylor Swift, not so much a central fan club, but she's got, something like it. But nothing tops BTS.
BTS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
For those of you out there who don't know what they are, BTS is
Korean K-pop.
Korean K-pop.
You're kidding.
Nope. Fan club is called the Army. They have 100 million fans.
Wow. I mean, they're big here in the States,
Yeah,
but they are giant in the rest of the world.
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're a stadium act in the rest of the world.
Yeah, they're on it's a different level.
Wow.
The chaos that they bring.
Man.
Yeah, you know what, though?
People smoke pot at their concerts?
No, they don't. I don't think so.
You don't know that.
I don't think they do. You know what's interesting about them, though, is you see those people like BTS, and who are some of the other ones that were so big? You got Blackpink, which is
Blackpink, yeah. That's probably the biggest female group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you find out that they're not only are they manufactured, the stuff that they go through to get these kids, it's like when we see New Kids on the Block or like that Lou Pearlman guy. Did you ever deal with Lou? No. So he's the guy that kind of built all these, New Kids on the Block and a few of these others. NSYNC. They do this almost to the point where they're in it's like boot camp. They weigh them every day. They
put them through intensive media training.
It's crazy the stuff they go through. And that's why they have a high rate of ending it, if you will, suicide. Because your life is not your own. And they'll tell you that. I mean, you gotta everything is controlled. Who you can see, what you could do. They even pick out who you're going to date if you do get to go on dates.
Menudo on steroids.
Yeah, Menudo. God, when they kicked me out of the band, I was like, dude, what are you guys doing? Ricky?
You're 17, man. You got to go.
So weird. Menudo. Oh, Menudo. Speaking of weird, come on, guys.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney's hot. It's crazy. Ted Cruz got involved. You've got all these people talking about this, and they're trying to, they've made this a cultural touch point. It doesn't have to be. It's a jean company selling jeans. That's what they sell. And some sex, because sex sells. Do we all agree on that? Does everybody agree that sex can kind of sell?
No, I don't think people care much about that.
No. So they talked to this professor, who's a professor in marketing, and of course, he's going to go in an area where it's about how you take it.
He wrote on X.
Oh, this is Ted Cruz talking about Ted. Poor Ted Cruz. I can't even believe he got involved. What are you doing?
One person who weighed in on all of this was Texas Senator Ted Cruz. He wrote on X, wow, now the crazy left has come out against beautiful women. I'm sure that will pull well. That has gotten a range of reactions online. He's making, obviously, this political connection here. Talk to us about why this so-called woke culture has drawn so much backlash here in the U.S.
I think that is probably poor and lazy attribution. This had nothing to do with left-leaningness. And this had nothing to do with quote-unquote woke, at least the way woke has been repositioned and recontextualized. I think this has everything to do with meaning, how you saw it.
No, it doesn't. It's none of those things. Okay, how you see something, if your life is going to be based on you're going to have an outrage on how you see stuff, everybody's going to be outraged all the time. Because you're going to look at, especially people who want to take to the interwebs to bitch about stuff like this. By the way, they sold out all of their jeans. If you want to know. Just to let you go.
Yeah, to racists.
Well, of course, racist jeans.
Bunch of racists out there wearing blue jeans.
Yeah. 5525 says Cindy Sweeney's not that hot. I don't know who she is. Who's Cindy? Now, Sydney's a different story. But Cindy, woo!
That's text-to-speech error.
I know. I'm kidding. You can't... Everybody wants to make it, it's about my truth, Ken. It's about my truth.
My truth, yes.
When does, like, American Eagle and Cindy, or Sydney, when does their responsibility for how you feel about a situation end? When does that happen?
I don't think it even begins.
Yeah, there you go. It's like this. When people say, well, my truth is, and I saw it from this direction. If she would have come out and said, white people are hot and sexy, I'm banging, you people are idiots, people of color, then you know what? They didn't. Yes, that would have been different. But instead, she wore tight clothes and a nice shirt that was tight-ish. She couldn't help that. It's in her jeans.
That was my problem, was what she was wearing.
What do you mean?
That she was wearing something.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's that. Well, you should watch one of her shows. I think that there's times in those that maybe she's a little less in jeans, if you will. You're selling sex. And somebody's like, well, I took offense to it. Okay. You know, here's something we all need to learn. Oh, I saw something I didn't like. You know what? Oh, well, I'm moving on. Let's practice that.
Not me.
Not me.
I'm going online and I'm gonna cry about it.
I have to do this. I want to not say something, but I have to. I feel it is my duty.
My duty.
To say something. I need to. I must. And then you're like, oh, why? Why? I would like to know who's hurt by this. You know who's hurt by this? Nobody. Not a soul is hurt by this.
Some people just love perpetual victimhood.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It's a race. It's a race to see, how it's a grievance culture now.
Who could be the most damaged and hurt?
That's right. What's the grievance that you have? We did something here, and how did it make you feel? Like, she's hot in jeans? I don't know. Like, how's it supposed? Well, if you were a person of color, what if you were gay? What if you were a gay man and you saw that? How did that make you feel? Because there wasn't a gay man in it.
That's right. That's discrimination.
What if you have no legs? You're an amputee. A shark bit him off. How do you feel? Oh, you're right. You're right about that. My goodness. The victim culture, you're right, man. It's this grievance. It's the victim Olympics. How much can I be hurt by something that affects nobody? It doesn't. She didn't do anything wrong, and she got all kinds of flack for it. And American Eagle basically just told everybody to shut up. Although there was that funny one. There was a fake one that was going around yesterday. I think Matt tweeted it out. He says, I so want this to be true. That, and it basically said, we're sorry if we hurt your feelings, and the fact that we also didn't know she had such big boobs. We got her a medium when everybody knows she's an extra large. Oh, it's true. So he says, Chad, it's the ego. The reason people feel like they have to say something, the ego is not our amigo. I like that. Make that a bumper sticker. Ego's part of it. People feel, I'm always fascinated by the want to chime in on everything. Just can't let it go. I can't let it go. I have to comment. I have to. And then they go and they do it, and then they start something. And then you've got people debating on whether or not this girl's a bad girl, a mean girl, a horrible girl. Do you think she was part of it? No, I think it was a bunch of 20-somethings in a room deciding, hey, we got this actress. We're paying her a crap ton of money. We're trying to sell jeans. So what do we do? Well, why don't we do this? Okay. And if she would have... Here's the thing. Somebody like her, and I love how people are like, she's not really that pretty. Settle down. Okay, I've seen your wife.
TB texted in a really good point. We've been watching gay male models sell jeans for years, and I'm really not that offended.
Yeah. No, you're right. Now, what if she would have done this? She would have had a white T-shirt on, and she would have been out baling hay with a little bit of mud on her face or something like that, kind of some dirt. She would have still looked smoking hot. And people were like, well, you know who's offended by that? People who can't be farmers.
And cows.
The transgender farmer people. Remember them?
You know what? She would have looked hot doing something like that.
Yes.
I do remember them, and they're not around anymore because of genocide.
Oh, that's right. The genocide. The genocide. And sex sells. That's, that it always goes back to that. Sex sells. It does. It goes right back to that. Yes, we did. We played the Brooke Shields commercial yesterday. Somebody said, you remember that? That one was straight up Aryan. And I don't think Brooke meant it.
And how old was she? Like barely 18?
Yeah, that was 1980. So
she started the campaign when she was 16, and it ran... She was spokesperson for, I'm going to say, 4 years?
Yeah, she was for a while. So she's 60. So she would have been in 1980. She'd have been 20.
Okay.
So.
And she was smoking hot.
She was. She was so beautiful.
She still is, man. She is still gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh.
What was the Castaway movie she was in?
Blue Lagoon?
Yeah. Blue
With
Lagoon.
her and the blonde
Chris Atkins. And yeah, you're right. And
Nobody
there was
cared
like
about him.
Enough little and how old was she? Like 15?
15.
Yeah, I don't think they could do that today.
No, sir.
No. I do not think they could do that today. Not in today's world. No. But she was gorgeous though. She's still, like you said, she's still gorgeous, but I think people forget how big of a star she was too for a while. Because she was the top model in the world and she was an actress. And then she married Andre Agassi.
That's right.
That's right. Remember when she went to the U.S. Open and she's like, yeah, cheering. We're like, who's she cheering for? Andre? The guy with the hair? It's not very nice. Coming up. Got some of your text messages. Some of you not happy by our story choices because you want to live in the life of sadness and never smile. So we'll talk about tariffs for you just to make you feel better. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Sally texted in and said, I get sex sells, but who's their target demographic? Lesbian or men? I said, women. Women want to look sexy.
No, they don't.
That's what I heard. And they want to look sexy. They want to look good. And they see that guys go, ooh, that looks good. So there you go. That's part of the Lord. It's like makeup. you're always trying, you want to improve, you want to do something. Guys do the same thing. We're always looking to, but then we come to the realization we're not going to look like Dave Beckham, so we buy a Hawaiian shirt and we just button it up.
And we go get a burrito.
Yeah, we buy shirts that don't hug our love handles.
Yeah. And then we get all frustrated. We're like, I can't believe I put on some weight. And the next thing you know, I'm so upset, I should just eat something.
Where's my ice cream?
Oh, ice cream sounds good.
Ooh, chocolate and ice cream. Yeah,
So-
that too, yes.
It is, yeah. So that's what these things are. It's weird because it catches the attention of men. And at the same time, girls go, oh, those look like cool jeans, right? Did you see these, this? And then people talk about it. American Eagle, whoever did that, brilliant. And they probably thought this will be a good ad, but it's not going to cause contra. Like if it was Lucy Liu, smoking hot. I've always had a little crush on Lucy. If it was her, I'd have been nice. Halle Berry, oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, if it would have been, you pick any of the gorgeous, Jennifer Lopez. Or do you think anybody's going to be going, oh, well, from my point of view, that's not very nice. No. And I'm sure they'll do 20 other ones that'll have all kinds of different colors in it. But this is the one that's working for them. So you know what? You stick with your dance with who brung ya. Look at that. See the way I did that, guys? Look, through that dance with who brung ya right there. Somebody asked why some days we just talk nonsense. We do. Because I look at the show like it's three dudes, good friends, hanging out, having a conversation. Because that's what it is.
Well, let's get to tariffs.
Yeah, we tried, but I just, so much of that stuff that everybody talks about, it's like, the tariffs affect you? When they affect you, you will notice. But the rest of it's a lot of headline making with no substance behind it as far as, but you remember jeans. You remember, like we're talking fan club. We got a bunch of people text in and tell us why the fan club, because it was interesting. Because all of us have been there. And the presidential fitness thing is back. Wasn't it if you got a certain thing, like if you passed all of it, didn't you get a letter from the president? Isn't that what it, with an auto pen?
I don't know. I never got one.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I should pass somebody. It's also the same thing when you became an Eagle Scout. I never became an Eagle Scout.
I didn't either. I think I lasted... Looks like I lasted a couple of months in Cub Scouts, and then all the parents started fighting with each other, and our den disbanded.
Because nothing says fun like politics at Cub Scouts. So the girls have brownies, and then they have Girl Scouts. We had what? Cub Scouts? Then you become...
Cub Scouts, then Boy Scout, then Eagle Scout.
Wasn't it a Weeblo? Weren't you supposed to...
Weeblo. Yeah. It was a Weeblo, then a Cub Scout.
Yeah. By the way, you better watch out for the Weeblo thing, because that's how they got in trouble. But listen,
I'm leaving.
Yeah, so then you became an Eagle Scout. That took a while. Did you ever know anybody became an Eagle Scout?
You know what? I can't recall. I'm sure I do.
A couple of people in my church back when I was a kid, there was a couple of guys that were Eagle Scouts.
Yeah, that's...
Did they ever come to church in their uniforms and pass the offering plate?
Now that you say that, I have an image in my head of one of them in their uniform, but I'm not sure if it was at church or not.
Yeah. There used to be a big deal to pass the offering plate.
Really?
Around.
Well, yeah, because they had to be able to trust you. And who you got to trust?
You got to trust an Eagle Scout.
Right?
You can't trust a deacon.
No. You can't trust a guy like Ken. He's already been told he's going to hell. Coming up, hour number 3 of the program. We promise it'll be hour number 3. It's Jet Benson Show, Super Talk 997.